Hello, everybody of YouTube. I know that I have not posted in here in a while. Um, but don't worry, I plan on posting soon within the next couple weeks. At least the next couple weeks. A new stop motion episode to my series. Don't think I've forgotten about that because I have not. It's coming soon. I know it's been a while. I'm just in the process of editing the video and um, making it and stuff like that. So I don't want anybody thinking that I forgot about my stop motion series. It is the second to last episode of season 2. So the episode after this upcoming episode will be the season finale to season 2. And I have more stuff planned for my stop motion series before I release season 3. But today I just wanted to talk to you all about why I think Transformers Prime should be in studio series, or at least the the video game characters anyway. Because the reason why I think that they should be in studio series is because, well, number one, they're including characters from the War for Cybertron and Devastation video games, when we all know that studio series is just supposed to be about the Transformers movies. So I think that they should include the characters that were in the video game, at least. And plus, especially if they're able to create characters who didn't even appear, like in the Bumblebee movie, like this Megatron that's right in front of the camera. If they were able to include Megatron along with Rumble and Frenzy and Sunstreaker and, well, Thundercracker, even though we didn't see him in Dark of the Moon. But if they were able to put all these characters that weren't in the Bumblebee movie into studio series, then I think that they could also, I think that's also part of the reason as to why that they should put the TFP video game characters in there. But yeah, and I also was seeing on like TikTok and stuff, like the leaks for because there were leaked photos I think I saw on TikTok where they were talking about how Hasbro's just reusing the designs for what was it, Devastation Sideswipe and Devastation Wheeljack, like mainly Devastation Wheeljack, or no, not Wheeljack, Sideswipe, sorry. Because there were leaked photos online, because apparently people, can't go 1 second without leaking photos. But people were complaining about Sideswipe, that they're just reusing his siege design. And I could understand why. Because Hasbro is infamously known for reusing designs. But my whole thing is that at least it looks better than the Devastation Optimus Prime that they released earlier this year. Because the Devastation Optimus from Studio Series that they released this year did not look that great. I didn't like the figure. I disliked it. I just, it was horrible. And the same thing could be said for Age of Extinction Optimus and what's soon to be Transformers: The Last Knight Nemesis Prime. I didn't really like the designs. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. Like, the design that they used for Age of Extinction / TLK Optimus is fine, but for Studio Series, it's not the greatest. And like, I think the best iteration of Age of Extinction / Last Knight Optimus, I think the best iteration of that in a toy has to be the Transformers The Last Night Optimus, because that actually looks more screen accurate, if you ask me. Um, but yeah, I didn't really like it for Age of Extinction Optimus. And anyway, back to Devastation. I'm like, well, nothing we could do now, because it's like at least the Devastation figures that they have released so far, you know, there's only been, I think, like 3 that they've actually released. Where, like, I think it was the Decepticon Ground Soldier and the Decepticon Elite Seeker. And, those so far look better, in my opinion. And before anybody's like, oh, well, why are you saying that the Elite Seeker and the Ground Soldier are better when they're just redesigns of, you know, or when the Ground Soldier is just a redesign of Runamuck and Runabout from War for Cybertron, and when the Seeker mold that they used for the Elite Seeker has been reused so many times since Earthrise. I understand that. I understand, again, like, as I've said, Hasbro is infamously known. But you have to remember, like, every time there's a new Starscream figure that comes out, you expect them to release Thundercracker and Skywarp in that same design, just in different colors. You know? And plus, it's not the first time that they've reused designs from different characters. Like, for example, Legacy Bludgeon is just a repaint and a little bit of a retool from Legacy Tarn. The only difference is that he has a different head to obviously, fit Bludgeon, and the fact that he also comes with his samurai sword. But other than that, and of course the fact that he has a different color scheme, but other than that, it's literally Legacy Tarn. It has the same double barrel fusion cannon that Tarn originally came with, and everything. But, again, that's just an example of why Bludgeon is just an example. However, then we get into like characters like Nova Prime, who are closely resembled to Optimus Prime, and just obviously redesigned a little bit to fit Nova Prime. And then the fact that we also have characters like Nemesis Prime and Toxitron and RID Scourge, who all look like Optimus Prime, just in a different color scheme and a slight redesign. Other than that, I'm just like, again, it's not the first time. I'm not really complaining about it, because just as long as we get a newly updated character, fine. They did the same thing with Spinister. And I think his name was, not, it wasn't Runabout, it was Rotor Storm. Rotor Storm looks exactly like Spinister, just different. Just like different as far as the color scheme and the fact that he actually has a mouth and not a mask like Spinister. Other than that, he looks exactly like Spinister. I just, again, I'm just trying to make a point here that Hasbro has always been reusing designs no matter what. So I wouldn't necessarily complain about them reusing the same design, the same siege design for Devastation Sideswipe, when we all know that Devastation Optimus could have been better, like Studio Series 86, Optimus looks more like Devastation Optimus than, Devastation Optimus. Excuse me on that one. Um, when they release Wheeljack and Sideswipe and put them in stores instead of just, leaking photos, I will get those probably. I'm not sure because I do have Studio Series Gamer Edition Sideswipe. Um, but but then again, that's just that's without his Earth vehicle mode. I might get both Wheeljack and Sideswipe, and I'll probably end up getting Studio Series 86 movie Optimus instead of Devastation Optimus because, again, I hate the design that they chose for Devastation Optimus. And then I'll just get Studio Series 86 movie Grimlock and Studio Series 86 movie Bumblebee. Since they all look more like the Devastation characters. This is my opinion. And I'll probably get 86 movie Megatron, but I don't know. Because I might just, keep this Megatron figure because he turns into a tank as well. Probably not, obviously not the same kind of tank that Studio Series 86 movie Megatron turns into, and also not the same tank that Devastation Megatron turns into, but still a tank nonetheless, just with the addition of a jet also in the mix, since this version of Megatron is a triple changer. As for the other characters of the Decepticons, I'll just keep Devastation, or not Devastation, Starscream, because that's not out yet. I'll probably just keep Studio Series 86 movie Starscream and Earthrise Starscream. They're completely two different Starscreams, but pretty much have the same design. And I'll probably get the Studio Series Skywarp and Thundercracker whenever they come out, or I'll probably just get Earthrise, or probably just, find the Earthrise Starscream, or the Earthrise Thundercracker and Skywarp somewhere, and get the 2-pack instead. I'm not sure. Probably just get the Earthrise Thundercracker and Skywarp 2-pack. Whenever that'll be. I already have Legacy Blitzwing. I already have Legacy G1 Universe Soundwave. So yeah. Anyway, that's enough rambling today. Megatron the Comedian signing out. Also, I forgot to add, I'll also get the Studio Series 86 movie Constructicons as part of the Devastation collection that I'm planning to do. I already have Legacy Menasor, so that's all I just wanted to say. I forgot to add that. Forgive me. Anyway, this is Megatron the Comedian actually signing out.